Hi. Okay, well, I'll just jump right in. I think that some of the main concepts discussed in both TED Talks was kind of just the idea of the power that we give to different systems and how those systems can affect our society and culture. I think in Manal al-Sharif's TED Talk, she gave examples of how religious and the cultural systems around her definitely affected minority groups like women. And I feel like in Kimberly Crenshaw's TED Talk, she talked about how the legal system can affect people, minority groups like women, definitely Black women who face intersectionality. Um, Both authors describe sexism and patriarchy in a really helpful way. I think it was eye opening to hear. Manal al Sharif talked about how, well, one of her quotes said that women are minors until the day that they die, and I just thought that was really sad, and I think also true that anyone who's facing oppression is a minor in a sense because they have someone who is kind of over them and is taking away certain rights and privileges from them. Um, Kimberly Crenshaw described when she was talking about intersectionality in America. She said, reporters don't lead with them, policymakers don't think about them, and politicians aren't encouraged or demanded that they speak to them. And I thought that was kind of her definition of a, a patriarchal society and sexism because I think she's pointing out there that these women who are facing intersectionality aren't ever given attention in the way that they need it. They're not given attention to their oppression and what they're facing. And I think that just creates an ongoing cycle of sexism in America that they're not being understood. They're not, people aren't kind of like seeing the truth of what's going on. So I thought that was just kind of her point to sexism in our society. I feel like I see the impact of class or race. I think it affects everything. I feel like what stood out to me in Manal al Sharif's talk, she said that her son, even her son's friends, asked him like if they were a good family, and I think that's kind of, it was ingrained in these boys' minds that what she was doing was wrong. And I think that's kind of how our society functions also, that throughout the years, parents teach their kids their point of views, and those kids teach their future kids their point of views. And I think it's just an ongoing pattern of people having inaccurate thoughts towards minority groups. And I think it comes out in the way that they treat them, the decisions they make towards them. So I think that has a lot to do with how our society functions, is how people see those minority groups and how they impact others to see them as well. So yeah, those are just some of my thoughts.